G'day, I'm Nathan. Welcome to my channel, the Wannabe Runner, as I journey towards the Melbourne Marathon in October this year. It's about 5 months from now. Join with me as I rediscover running. I'd run the Melbourne Marathon in 2012, 2013, 2014, and then went a bit off running for about 5 years for various reasons, things that we'll talk about in the future. But since October last year, the last 7 months, I've dropped 25 kilos, got back into the running big time, really enjoying it, and now I'm looking at running a new personal best, despite the age catching up with me, I guess. I'm 36 years old, I live in Melbourne, Victoria. What you can expect on this channel is I'm hoping to upload weekly. I'd like to feature one run each week, one of the runs that I've done, which you can see just taking off here now. I'll talk a little bit about my training for the week, but it'll be rather brief. Might talk about some tips and tricks that I've learned myself through my own experience, but also just from my study of other people's YouTube vlogs and reading and podcasts and all those sorts of things. Might get a chance to review some gear, some running shoes, watches, even just clothing, what works for me, what might work for you. So we'll talk about all that sort of stuff, as well as you just being able to see my progress towards running faster for longer. If you haven't had a chance yet to see my first vlog from the Mornington Running Festival, that was my attempt at a 10-kilometer PB just last Sunday. You can check that video out here now. So where I'm at the moment is, well, now I know I can run about 38 minutes for 10k. Half marathon time, the last time I did one just in practice was 1 hour 32, I believe it was. I have a race coming up in July, so it's not for a while yet. I'll be getting ready for that. A half marathon race where my aim is to run under 1 hour 30, maybe even under 1 hour 25 if I can. But these things, until you actually race the distance rather than just training at the distance, you don't really know how quick you can go. So I'll be learning just as much as you guys are. Of course, the closer I get to October and running the full marathon, the better idea I'll have on the time I'll be able to run. Though you never ever know in sport, you just have to bring it on the day. But yeah, my goal at the moment, I kind of have 3 goals. One is to run a PB at the marathon, so that's anything under 3:15. My second goal is to run under 3 hours 10, which I believe I can do. Not right now, but by then I can. And then I'm even open to goal number 3, which is running a sub 3 hour marathon. Now that's something I never thought I'd be able to do, but as I just start to learn a little bit more about running smarter, training better, I feel like it's something that I might be able to achieve. So you'll be able to come and journey with me, see how I progress towards this goal, and maybe my hope is that it might inspire some of you out there to be able to run your personal bests, no matter where you're coming from. Just so you know, 6 months ago, I was 111 kilograms, and I was still trying to run, but probably 5 or 6 kilometers at a time was about all I could really handle. And even then it hurt and it was hard and I was sore. Could probably only run every second day. And I was running around, maybe it was over 5 minutes per K, around 5:10, 5:15 per K at that stage. So of course, as I've dropped the weight, which is something I'll talk about in a future vlog, as I've dropped the weight, the speed's increased, my capacity to run further and run faster has definitely increased, and my enjoyment has definitely increased. My recovery times are much shorter. I feel like I can run every day, though I still like to build rests into my routine. I feel like I could actually do a couple of sessions a day at the moment. So yeah, the change in my body and my mindset has been quite immense over the last 6 months, and that's something I very much look forward to sharing with you guys in the coming weeks. In terms of weight, down from 111 kilos. I'm hovering around sort of 83 kilos at the moment. And I think that will just naturally drop off, even without being too careful with what I eat. That'll just naturally drop off a little bit. Certainly in August, September, when I'm running the big kilometers. But yeah, I feel happy with myself at around about the 83 kilos. And it's definitely light enough that I'm able to run some good times and be able to recover quickly in time for my next run too. And before I go, I'll just give you a quick summary on my running for the week. So I had a little bit of soreness after last Sunday's run, nothing major, but I definitely wanted to just take it a little bit easier in terms of pace this week. The kilometers are still up there, about where they have been in previous weeks. But yeah, just dropped the pace a little bit. So Monday I went for a jog with my daughter. She was a bit sore from her run too, my 11-year-old. Tuesday, I would normally run 13 Ks at basically as fast as I can, but I went a little bit slower and I just did the 10 Ks. Wednesday, went jogging with both my girls. Thursday, went out for a bit of a longer run. Don't normally run this far in the morning, so that was nearly 18 Ks. That's the run that you can see going in the corner at the moment. Nearly 18 kilometers. The pace was 4:35 per K, which surprised me because I was really just trying to go out and jog. So I sort of expected it to be a bit closer to 5 minutes per K. But I guess my body was just feeling good that day. Friday, take a bit of a rest. Saturday, soccer. And then Sunday at the moment is a little bit of a lighter day. Go and run with a friend. We do just over 7 Ks together. So it's actually quite a light recovery jog for me, which is excellent, exactly what I need after the intensity of a Saturday soccer game. Oh, and I really shouldn't forget those running sessions I do. Yeah, they're great, but I've learned the walking sessions are really important for me as well, for my recovery, and also help with the fitness. So that's something we'll talk about in the future. Something I neglected completely in 2012, 13 and 14. Never went walking, and it's something that I'm trying to add to my training program these days. So there's the totals on the screen for the week. Total kilometers run and walking that I've done. And I'll probably keep it around about similar to that for the next couple of weeks, and then I'll start to build as I prepare for the half marathon in July. So we'll go into some things in a little bit more depth next week and in future weeks, but I hope that gives you a rough idea on what you can expect from this channel. And I'm looking forward to documenting my journey, but even more than that, I'm looking forward to sharing it so that maybe I can inspire some people out there, just like I've been inspired by people on YouTube myself. All right, well, that's it for me for this week. I'll be back next week. I hope you are too. You've been watching the Wannabe Runner.